So you take them to
JJ's
JJ's where people knew me. So people would say, this guy is big, you know, and you don't have any money in your pocket, but you know, it does come back after some time.
Really? Okay.
They need you. They need you. You need them. So either you will drop your pants or they will drop their pants. And with Trump, he's got some good points. Why does a kid need $5 or $50? She can be satisfied with $5, but you know what I mean. So the U.S. has to change from consumerism. They got to become a little more practical.
So the rules is, cannot be someone from OOCL who has retired. And you know everyone, so you have to build a dream team. So you create your shipping line with your teams, and you get giving names. Who would you put in? Welcome to the Schelling Point. This is our first episode, and with me today we have a very special guest. It's my pleasure to introduce to you all the Prince of Hong Kong. Some people call him the Chief Entertainment Officer of OOCL. He's also known as a major fixture for TPM. Every single TPM for the last 25 years in Long Beach, California has him. Obviously, you know who I'm talking about. This is Adrian Pinna from OOCL. Welcome.
Thank you, Bertrand. Well, Bertrand, I have retired from OOCL.
Sure.
I have to be very clear of that. I retired a few years ago. But when I was in OOCL, I was very fortunate that the company allowed me to be the face of the company.
How did that come to be, actually? How does one come to become the face?
I think it spread by word of mouth.
Really?
It's by word of mouth, and you have to be honest to yourself, honest to the company, honest to the customer. So I was very fortunate that I could meet customers because of my role, and then I would communicate back to the management what the customers really required. And that is what I would say got OOCL within a key segment of customers,
right?
From the Walmarts, the Kmarts, to the JCPenney's.
Interesting. Actually, before we start with this one, I think I read an article that GOC was very kind to write about you just after you retired. And then I think the article started by saying that this entire journey, this 40-year career, industry career you have in the shipping industry really started in mid-80s, 1980s, right?
Right.
And Jim Poon, who called you and said, hey, Adrian, you and your wife and your kids go to Hong Kong, 3 months vacation.
No, the idea was that I would come to Hong Kong and work with the company, understand the company, and then go back. But having said that, Jim said, you might as well stay in Hong Kong. So he gave me a job within the company. And
actually, so before you came to Hong Kong, what were you doing?
I was basically working for my uncle who had a business with mainly handling the diplomatic cargo for all the embassies.
Oh, really?
Diplomatic cargo for all the embassies in Delhi. So he would, in those days there was no intermodal, so the containers would either come by truck or by train in lift vans, and then we would custom clear them, export them from Mumbai port to various destinations in the world.
Oh, that's super interesting. So actually you were within the shipping industry.
I was in shipping, and then I worked with the agent of OOCL.
I see, that's how they know you.
Then came to Hong Kong, and then after that it's just history.
I see. So I think the article, they also called you the Prince of Hong Kong, and you are synonymous with the shipping industry in Hong Kong. So anyone who is in the shipping industry who come by Hong Kong will have to stop by Divino Patio, your bar.
No, Divino Patio is the last 10 years plus, 10 years? But before that there was a place called Tamarind.
Tamarind. Where was that? Was it
in Sun Hung Kay Center.
Okay.
And and then they had in the Grand Hyatt there was a club called JJ's.
Okay.
So JJ's was one of my typical haunts.
Okay.
So you would entertain the customer and then go to JJ's where they used to have a nice band.
I see.
And you make friends with the customer, spend some time drinking, smoking.
So that's how it all started.
Yeah, that's how it started, building relationship. I mean, relationships were built in those days over drinks, cocktail, whatever you may call dinner. And those relationships did last a long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, those relationships were not transactional. Today, the relationship is more transactional.
Actually, I want to show you a picture. So I think this is a quite nice picture of the evolution of shipping.
Oh yeah.
Because you've been there for 40 years, right?
When I started, the biggest ship in the fleet of OOCL was the 2,800 TEUs.
2,800 TEUs.
That was the biggest.
10 times smaller than the current size. Wow, that's amazing. Okay.
They were on the eastbound round the world service. Today you have 24,000 TEUs. So OOCL has come a long way in the last 50 years plus.
So more than 10x growth on the thing. Oh, wow.
I mean, they've come a long way, OOCL. Great company.
Yeah.
Great vision.
Yeah. And then this 40 years, if let's say I break it down, right? Just I think from the mid 80s, probably the next one is 1997 handover, right? Or handover or China to the WTO. And after that is the great financial crisis, 2008. And after that, probably 2016, the acquisition by Costco. And after that, you retire, right? So in each period, starting with the pre-handover, what's the defining thing that happened?
I think I joined the company in 89.
89, okay.
Post their restructuring.
Okay.
So we had gone through the restructuring in 89 when I joined. We were pretty sound, but still coming up.
Explain, what do you mean by the restructuring? What happened?
We were nearly bankrupt.
Oh, really?
OOCL was nearly bankrupt, and we were bailed out
by
I would say, by HSBC, put in some money.
I see.
And then there was a gentleman from China, from Hong Kong, Henry Fok, but everybody knows Henry Fok was from across the border.
I see.
So he gave
some capital infusion.
Some capital infusion over 100 million, which was all paid back.
HKD or USD?
US dollar.
Wow, so it was real money. Okay.
It was real money.
Okay.
So the restructuring was good.
Okay.
And
so you come in after the restructuring.
After they settled, but we were still going through the process.
Yeah.
So and at that time, the chairman and CEO was Tung Chi Wah.
Okay.
CH Tung. So he pulled the company through. And then in '96.
So that's just before handover.
He was elected to be the first chief executive officer of Hong Kong SAR.
Yeah.
But by that time in '96, we were pretty strong financially.
So in that 7 years span, 7 years, you completely come back from bankruptcy.
From bankruptcy, we had cash.
So how did it happen? Is it because the market came back?
The market came back, and we got rid of certain assets to pay. And then, we sold our holding in Felixstowe
to Hutchison. I see.
Some of the several assets we had sold, but
so shrink down the business, clean up the thing.
He cleaned it up.
Okay, that's great.
And then he gave the company to his brother, C.C. Tong.
Okay.
Right, and C.C. created. So before he left, he put C.C. as the chairman.
Okay.
And he put T.R. as the CEO, and then he appointed an executive committee which consisted of Jim, Phillips, and C.L. Ting.
I see.
So which would manage the business along with the CFO.
I see.
In those days, and these guys really pulled through.
So the first 6-7 years, to clean up the books, make sure everything's solid. Then he moved on.
He moved on to Hong Kong, and then CC took over the company.
And then there's China to WTO.
China to WTO, and then you saw business growing, and then you saw us ordering ships also.
Yeah.
Making money.
Actually, how long does it take when you order a ship?
In those days, it would take over 2 years.
2 years
to build a ship. All right. By the time they cut the steel, it's 2 years plus.
So that would basically must be a growth crazy, just building new ship every 2 years. Building ships.
I mean, you knew the business was growing, and in those days we built most of the ships in Korea and Japan.
Okay.
It was towards the latter half.
Right. Switch to China.
We switched to China.
Yeah. So that phase is still from, let's say, 1997 to 2008, Great Financial Crisis. That was just non-stop growing.
No,
right?
we were growing, and we grew with the market.
Catch me up. So what was the size at 2008, just before Great Financial Crisis? How many TEU were you?
Oh, those days we were just about we had a fleet size of maybe 500,000 TEUs. That means if we put all our ships together, it's 500,000.
Okay.
Less than 500,000 TEUs.
Oh,
Today,
wow. Okay. It's much bigger. Yeah.
Today we put all our ships together is 1,000,000 TEUs plus.
Yeah.
So we have grown over the years.
The first year after TPM, and then that's where actually you kind of start to understand the Adrian Pinna phenomenon, because you were everywhere, everybody knew you.
No. TPM for me has been one of the biggest events in the industry.
Yeah.
And OOCL has been very strong to support TPM.
Is that specifically because of you, or because OOCL always wanted to support
I think OOCL being a carrier and in the U.S. trade.
Yeah.
All right. And TPM, when TPM started, they did approach us.
Yeah. So that was Peter Tischwald first.
Yeah,
right?
Peter Tischwald
Yeah.
did approach Stanley Shen.
Okay.
And then Stanley spoke to the CEO, and the CEO said, "Okay, go ahead."
Okay.
So we've had all our presidents from the days that TPM started.
And that was when? That was like 2000.
25 years ago, 2000.
2000.
2000.
So that was that before China?
I joined just about China was joining the
WTO.
WTO.
Okay.
2001. China joined
Okay.
WTO, I think.
In my past career, I was in finance, right? And I was a trader. So I dealt with salespeople. So it's not like I've never met salespeople. I know what salespeople do, but the salespeople in finance, I have to say, they're quite different breed than you. Because I think you're the only salesperson I know who is very strange, because you're able to manage to really convert a business relationship to a friendship. And I think I see that across all the interaction you have in US with all of the customers. How do you, what's your secret? How do you do this?
It's no secret. It's being honest to the customers. When the customers come here, I mean, you feel them. You make them feel wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the way you greet them. You know, the way you treat them. You don't have to treat them to the most expensive wine or to the most expensive steak, but you take them to a place where the people know you. That is one of the secrets of entertaining. So you take them to JJ's where people knew me. So people would say, "This guy is big," you know. And you don't have any money in your pocket, but you know.
So that's the hack. So go to always the same place, everybody knows you.
Yeah. So one thing is, when you entertain, try to use the same place. So the staff know you.
That's true.
All right. You may not be a big spender, but the staff always will greet you because you're always giving them your business. So if you spread your business around,
that's true.
You don't know anybody.
That's true. That's actually a big hack. That's a good hack. That's true.
So you keep on going to the same place, and the people know you, and then you introduce the customer to the key people within the restaurant. So sometimes, and then the customers sometimes they go on their own.
Yeah. Now, I was also impressed because you have this knack also to bring different people together in the same meeting. They don't necessarily know each other, and we have a nice drinks and discussion. That's actually you have. I think that's something that's very special about you is you can pull the group together.
It's called networking.
Yeah.
Network. So I was very fortunate, like the owners of Divino Patio, the owners of Tamarind, and then Viceroy. And the other place, JJ's and Duetto, were close friends.
Yeah.
So they let me basically do what I wanted to do in that restaurant of theirs.
And during that phase, during 2008, 2016, what's something that struck to your mind? Some crisis, something you learned, or some story you can share?
I think during the global financial crisis, that time TR was the CEO, and he just tightened the belt. I mean, there was no
cost cutting.
When I mean there was cost cutting, there was no. We could still travel, but you had to really prove that while you're traveling, you could entertain.
Oh, you could.
It was still good. There was nothing that was stopped.
What was the biggest spend you did after, during that phase?
I mean, you still had customers coming to Hong Kong.
Right.
So you still have to entertain them. So that was never stopped.
I guess that was must have been at that point OOCL was stand out
Yeah, I
compared
mean,
to other shipping lines who are now
we
treated
would
the same way.
still, I mean, our spending compared to the others was I would say very small.
Okay.
Because we had our own ways of doing.
So you have your tricks. You have your tricks. That's why.
We have our tricks of how to spend money. You know?
Okay.
We had the boat, the OOCL Friendship, and in those days.
Also, you bring the customers on your own boat to save some money on that.
Save the money, and so you have them on the boat means all your alcohol, all right, is basically free. Or not free.
It's not free. You still have to pay for it.
You still pay for it, but it's not the exorbitant price what you pay in a restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you take them to Lama for seafood. I mean, they would love it. The Americans would love it going to Lama.
Okay.
For the Americans going to Lama.
So you're arbitraging them. You bring the cheap place in Hong Kong that looks nice on postcard.
I mean, it's like it's a big event. Taking a client. It's 6 hours of entertainment, but 6 hours you can bond with the customer.
They're stuck. There's nowhere they can go.
I mean, so there was a lot of bonding done with the customers.
I see.
And a lot of them kept on coming back. I mean, you had a client like Andy Rosner. Every year he would come.
Who is he from?
Andy Rosner was with Morse Shoe, and then he joined KB, and then with Hasbro Toys.
Hasbro Toys, okay.
Hasbro,
okay.
and everywhere he went, he brought in OOCL cargo system, which became
that's
OOCL,
interesting. So
OOCL Logistics.
So was it the case where it doesn't matter which company they work for, if they work in logistics and they bonded with OOCL, then this relationship is maintained forever?
If he changes, that is what I call relationships.
Right.
So whenever, I'll give you a case of Andy Rosner.
Yeah.
We were not, OOCL Logistics, in those days cargo system was not even a service provider for Hasbro, but the moment he joined them after Morse Shoe, he brought them in.
Right.
I mean, as a carrier, he grew our business with Hasbro.
Yeah. So I guess
so it's relationship.
Yeah, I think both because the volume grow naturally, and also there's a trust. He knows that if he's with you guys, you'll take care of him. Something bad happens, as opposed to have to rebuild relationship with another shipping line.
Right.
So that's and it helps both sides, right?
Right.
No, that's very interesting. Actually, back in finance trading, we have the similar relationship with the brokers. There's like
it's
tons of brokers. Exactly.
Our business is relationship,
yes.
but today, businesses though it's transactional, they still try to bring in the word relationship.
But it means there's something
but
else. Yeah.
They try to tell, but there are not many people from the old guard, old school left.
Yeah.
People don't even remember a customer's name now.
So I know when you go to TPM, the reason TPM is so popular, right, is it's also an excuse for everyone to go to the same place. You have the main event, but on the side, people are negotiating contract.
No, not negotiating. They're getting an idea what the rates are going to be.
What does that mean, getting an idea?
Because the contract started on the 1st of May.
Yeah, so 2 months after.
2 months after. So there's a lot of jockeying going on. What is the rate going to be? How the market is going to be. So a lot of things go on at TPM.
So can you walk us through? So let's say I'm in the meeting, I'm a Walmart, I come in, I see you, Adrian.
What do you think of the market? Are you going to put in some new ships? What is the diploma? What do you think? And both ways go. You as Walmart, we will ask you, what do you think of the business? You're not going to say my business is going to be bad.
Yes, of course.
When consumer confidence is in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? If consumer confidence is in the 70s, then I probably would say, okay, I understand your business is tough.
Yeah.
But if consumer confidence is in the 90s and you say business is bad, and then you're lying to me, and you want me to give you
better price?
No.
I don't think so.
Two sides.
So it's basically a dance between the customer
and the carrier.
And the carriers. Yeah. So at the end of this conversation, so let's say TPM is 3 days, you see, I don't know, 100, 200 top customers.
I would never see customers.
Not you, but the team.
The team
would
see a lot of customers.
And they will write down, this is roughly what we think it is.
Networking, then they'll come to Asia, they would come back to Asia, some of them.
Have another session.
Okay. Sometimes they're face-to-face meetings, and then deals are done.
And they put everything in Excel sheets, they start to collate, that's how the things can look like for this year. I remember this TPM, there were conversations like, apparently one of the shipping, I won't name names, give a really massive deal to Adidas, or one of the manufacturers, and so, price gonna go down. So is there shenanigans between the carriers to throw some?
No, there will. Everybody's got different expectations.
Right.
You want to do what is best for your company.
Of course.
I want to do what's best for my company. So there's a middle line, you know.
Yeah.
So what is the middle line? So with the middle line comes commitments,
Yeah.
right? That you ship every week with me, 30 boxes.
Yeah.
This is the rate,
Yeah.
right? If you don't ship 30 boxes, you only ship 10, then I penalize you. Are you willing for that penalty? Right.
That's really how contract is constructed.
I mean, a lot of ways to contract, you know. So that's why you have nice checks who are willing to fight for the customer. They will block space.
Oh, explain that. What you mean by this? The nice checks and finding
Nice
the
checks
best.
have a contracting system
Yep.
where they will block space with the carrier,
Yeah.
or you can block space and they monitor it for you.
Yeah.
So it's two-way. Either you go through a nice checks contracts, or you go with your own contract, and nice checks will monitor the space, or the carrier will monitor the space.
So the idea, just to explain, because some people may not understand. So the contract is not enforceable technically.
It is enforceable.
It's enforceable, but people don't enforce it.
Yeah, I mean that is because of relationship. Yeah, so,
Yes.
But
So then you have nice checks, and they will actually monitor.
nice checks
Is the guy fulfilling the commitment or not?
They will ensure that there's, you know, they will talk to the carrier
Yeah.
on your behalf, or because they have some relationships also.
Yeah.
So it's both ways, you know, both ways. So
And I think nice checks and also what's his name, Freightos, right?
yeah,
They're launching index pricing.
They have index pricing. That's different. Just to give you an idea. That's basically part of the spot market.
Okay.
So you can ship on the NYCHEX rate.
Yeah.
I mean, if the carrier agrees, or the customer, both, you need two parties to agree to the rate.
Yeah. To be able to dance. Yeah.
Right. So.
So, but then what does it mean? Just okay. Let's talk about the
So the
innovation.
NYCHEX index is very open.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
just say Hong Kong to New York.
Yeah.
They get the rate from several parties, several forwarders, and then they average it out and say, week 10, this is the rate.
Yeah.
All right, so they tell the customer, so the customer tells the carrier, I use the NYCHEX rate.
Right.
So, but does the carrier accept that? So sometimes the carrier will say, okay, Mr. Customer, I accept the NYCHEX rate.
Yeah.
You ship on the
At that
NYCHEX
price.
rate becomes a spot market rate,
Yeah.
or the FAK rate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there are different modules today. I mean, customers want to ship on the spot rate, somebody want to ship on a contract rate, somebody want to ship on a forwarder's rate.
But then sorry, so there's something that always I don't understand, because I mean back in from finance, right? So if I'm a customer, contract rate is good because it gives me predictability. I negotiate this price, this is the price I'm going to pay,
Right.
and finance knows. I go spot rates is a risk. It can be higher, it can be lower. And back in the days in information trading, it's like it works this way. If it goes higher, I always get blamed. If it goes down, I don't get thanks from the management. So it always go against me. So why would the customer want to accept this kind of volatility? I don't quite understand.
Oh, they play the market. They will have some of their volume
Yeah.
on contract.
Yeah. So this commitment, we know exactly what the price is.
They know, and
Yeah.
then some of their additional
They do
volume
up, down.
up on.
But okay, explain to me, is the motivation like the guy who works in logistics in a company, corporate, they were like, hey, look, I did a good job. That's I saved some money compared to last year. Is that how they're being measured? The folks in the companies?
The folks within logistics
Yeah.
of a customer, there are different metrics of measurement.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes the people who do the procurement,
Yeah.
okay, procurement means you only talk to the carrier,
Yeah.
get me the rate.
Yeah.
But there's another group within the customer who does the allocation, carrier allocation.
Oh, I see.
So I'm just talking the numbers to you, and your job is over.
Right.
And then there's another guy.
His
who
job
ta-
is to save, to allocate, and
So-
make
so there's-
lower the cost. Oh, I see. I see.
So even a customer is pretty careful. He doesn't want one guy to do everything.
Because then there's maybe conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest.
Adrian takes you to a good bar, and then you sign. You don't allocate with this guy.
They're
Okay.
very careful. So you have.
I see.
So within, I mean, big customers. So you have a procurement people who negotiate.
Right.
They are the negotiators.
So they're the one at TPM.
So they're the one at TPM. But the carrier allocated guys, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't show up.
Then the sales guy to meet that, to talk to
So,
them.
so the carrier allocation group is basically behind the procurement. We don't see them.
So there's a team, you don't know who they are, and they
You don't-
decide if you get the ship or
and
not.
then the procurement people will say you get so many containers, so many containers, so many containers every week.
Yeah.
Right. That is one part. And then when the cargo arrives in the United States, all right?
Yeah.
Then you have their forwarder, and then the forwarder works with a different group of people, the trucker, this one, that one. So so just say if the ship is late, is what happens, or there's congestion.
Yeah.
So finally, the word to us will come from the procurement people, and then the procurement people say, you talk to this one, you talk to that one, because even they are within their own organization. It's a big hole for them.
Yeah.
Because they have somebody else who looks after the dray.
Right.
All right, and when you're looking after the dray, the dray people have to work with the warehouse people. So there are many people in the supply chain.
So it's so complicated just to make sure that there's no a single person controlling everything. So if people watching each other.
Yeah, it's tough. Not an easy job.
So then, okay, so if I'm a CFO of a large company, what I look at is, okay, I look at your performance for the logistics side. So do you do perform on time? Did you save the cost? Was the cost of logistics so high or not?
It's very different.
It's very hard to measure.
It's very different metrics they have. So
okay.
I really don't know.
You actually don't know how the customer thing.
How those people are measured.
Oh, okay, that's super interesting. Then there's another question also I have on this aspect, which is super interesting. Is I think you just described, right? The organization of OOCL is kind of centralized and decentralized. So
right.
Locally. So there's always this balance between the head office and the local agencies, right?
OOCL believes in frontline empowerment. They want the people to talk to the customer.
Right.
So that is what keeps OOCL apart also.
But in terms of decision, so let's say there's one ship, you only have 1,000 space. And then the guy's like, hey Adrian, I need to...
No.
How does it work?
That allocation is done on a loop basis by a central group.
So in Hong Kong?
In Hong Kong.
Is that the case for all the shipping line or just OOCL?
No. Every shipping line has a module where they will allocate space to different regions. They know you have a ship of 5,000 and the ship is going Shanghai, Qingdao, Yantian.
Right.
So those guys know how much containers to give in for Shanghai, how much to Ningbo, Dalian, whatever the ports are.
But then how did you allocate? So I guess my question is, if I'm a Walmart, right, I'm in competition with some other guys, and there's a decision has to be made, which container makes to the ship in Shanghai and its IPG. Who makes that call? Is the local guy? Is the guy in headquarters?
Well, it is basically the salesperson who will give a number to Walmart towards the allocation.
I see.
So, your Walmart, my salesperson will tell you that on this ship,
that's what you get.
This is what you're going to get from Shanghai. This is what, today there's a new term, they call it the model ship, or, different people call it whatever it is. But the customer will know how many containers he's going to get in Shanghai, how many in Yantian, how many in this one.
So it sounds like, okay, so maybe I'm getting this wrong. It sounds like what happened is, at the customer side, you have different people. You have the procurement guy dealing with the...
Yeah, but we will tell the procurement people, this is your allocation.
Yeah.
Just say he signs 5,000 TEUs, all right?
Yeah.
And out of the 5,000 TEUs, he will tell me I got 2,000 TEUs coming out from Shanghai.
Yeah.
Okay, 2,000 is very clear from Shanghai.
Yeah.
So 50 multiplied by 2,000, every week he will get so much from Shanghai.
Yeah.
1,000 from Yantian. So we know. The customer will tell us, and then we tell him, okay, 2,000. Out of the 5,000 he signs, he's going to tell you from the breakup of the 5,000.
No, my question is not this. I understand the allocation, but more if there's a conflict, like on one ship, when it runs, like week 19, it comes, there's only 10 space.
Right.
And then there's a conflict. You have to roll someone over. You have to take some container over, right? So there's someone's going to get screwed. Either this customer A or customer B. Who makes that call? Is the guy sitting in Shanghai, the local agency, is the headquarter? Because it happens, right?
The headquarter will give, you're talking from a carrier perspective.
Yeah, from a carrier perspective.
Okay,
they make that decision, right?
The headquarter traffic, or the headquarter trade group, whatever you call it, will tell Shanghai you can only load 200 TEUs.
Yeah.
Now, out of the 200 TEUs, there's a list. Customers, everything comes into the model ship, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you have 220.
Yeah. And what do you do? That's my question.
So basically, it is the sales. Everybody, the sales.
In Shanghai.
You have local sales, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, it's a little complicated, but the sales will say, I promise Walmart 20.
Yeah.
so I need 20. But Walmart got 30. Sorry, Mr. Walmart, you can only get 20. That's
okay.
it. Very
got
simple.
it. Got it. Got it. Got
Very
it.
simple.
Got it. Got it. So basically, the sales guy is managing relationship. He controls the thing.
The sales put it into their system. I mean, every shipping line has a system.
Yeah.
All right, so
Iris for OOCL.
no, whatever. It's not Iris, different system you call
Okay.
it. So even probably on an Excel sheet on a ship sailing from Shanghai week 19, Walmart, C.H. Robinson, Kuranaga,
Yeah.
they'll give them an allocation. So it's that.
I see. I think there's in the article from GOC, they say something about you. You say customer first, but customer not always right. So I think what that means, I guess what it means is you're not afraid to argue with the customer.
No, you're not. You should not be afraid to argue. You have to give your viewpoint to the customer.
Can you give me an example? Not fake example, please, a real example. Where you argue with the customer, but actually the relationship was stronger after you had this tough talk.
I mean, there have been cases when we cannot come to terms with the customer, but you still have the relationship. So that is.
So the relationship is maintained, but
still
actually
maintained,
you
but you're
couldn't
not doing
agree with
business.
things.
Yeah, you don't do business.
And just understand that their incentive and your incentive is not aligned, unfortunately, for this year, and it happens.
Yeah, different.
And but was that, in your experience, this relationship come back the following year, the year after?
It does come back after some time.
Really? Okay.
They need you. They need you, or you need them. So either you will drop your pants, or they will drop their pants.
Yeah.
So it's how you bridge the two. How you bridge a low rate space.
So basically, if I summarize, it's always going back to the same thing, same fundamental.
It's
You
same-
need the price or the allocation. One has to give. And how do you help me solve my problem, the shipping line, which is
you
I need to
scratch
do
my
something.
back, I scratch your back.
Got it,
It's
got
a
it,
two-way
got it.
street.
So after almost like 40 years, right? I see you, actually you're not slowing down. I feel because this time in TPM, this year in March, just now, I think you were just going in super hard. Like why do you still care so much about this industry? What's in the shipping industry after so many years? You're still like passionate about it.
I think you try to, because customers know you, so they want to know your views of what is happening in the market, or they want to know your views about a certain company.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it is word of mouth.
Right.
Like if you bad mouth a line,
Yeah.
it goes out in the market. So
Yeah.
So you really don't bad mouth any carrier.
Yeah.
They ask you, what do you think of this carrier?
Yeah.
And if you shrug your shoulders, the customer gets the message. That means, yeah. Like if they ask you, what do you think of Ocean Network Express? And I say, I know Jeremy Nixon.
Yeah.
Oh, when you say you know Jeremy Nixon, that means,
I see.
that's, it's a plus point for
Yeah.
one. You don't have to say anybody. You just say, I know Jeremy Nixon.
Yeah.
Can I help you with that?
Yeah.
So, people get little, it's not throwing names,
Sure.
right? People know that I know people.
That's actually very true. Actually, in finance, we have a similar thing.
Yeah.
For the traders, there's a saying back in days. It's called "My word is my bond," which is if you say something, that means it's done. And then if you go against your word, then that will affect your reputation. Your reputation is everything. Because then people don't want to trade with you. I think it's very similar.
I think in shipping it's the same thing.
It's a very similar thing, right?
It is like deals were cut. I remember by Jim Poong with Mr. Reinhard Lang. We were on the coldest day in Hong Kong on a piece of tissue.
Really?
On a tissue paper at the Island Club. And on Monday he asked for the same tissue paper, and this tissue paper was folded in Tony Tong's pants, and we showed it.
So deal were made on tissue paper.
Tissue paper, just take down the numbers what the people had.
And that was enough.
That was enough. More than enough.
There's no email. There's
there was no email.
There's no blockchain to cover everything.
In those days, there was no
It's a handshake.
email. It was just a handshake, and we had telex and fax.
Right.
And then that graduated into OV and then emails. And today, nobody uses fax.
Yeah, that's true.
Today is just email and WhatsApp, and
Yeah.
it's all moving differently.
Let me ask you this question, right? So I think you keep stressing it's about long-term partnership, it's relationship, right? How do you create a win-win deal? So I know you say, okay, if something good time, I need your help me. Bad time, I help you. But how do you build those relationships? How do you create this mechanism? Like, how do you enforce it? How do you even?
I think to build that relationship, it's a two-way street.
Right.
So it's give and take on by both parties.
Yeah.
All right. It's like any business. It's two parties involved, and so it's.
Can you give me an example, like one customer through which you build this thing with them, and then you demonstrate it to.
I think one customer which I can really talk about is DuPont.
DuPont, okay. DuPont, chemical, right?
DuPont in the days of the conference, okay.
Yeah.
And there was the TWRA, the Trans-Pacific Westbound Rate Agreement that's on the westbound. And DuPont was a very strong shipper from the US. They had over 100,000 FEUs, and we signed.
Sorry, 100,000 FEUs, 40 foot. That's a lot.
Big.
That's a big. Yeah.
And it was Jim Poon who signed the Global Loyalty Contract with them for 5 years.
What's a global loyalty?
A global loyalty contract was you have a contract for a set number of containers, a set increment year on year.
So there's a target growth.
There's a volume. Okay. There's an increment based on certain factors.
What are the factors?
I mean, the factors was the consumer pricing.
I see.
So whatever you take that, and for 5 years, and we signed with them.
That's interesting because it's a commitment on both sides,
both
right?
Sides.
Because you also have to commit to that price, and things can change, and you're willing to stick to that price.
The Global Loyalty Contract was the first contract signed by a shipping company for 5 years. So that's what changed. What's the difference between OOCL and Maersk? Right. So that is one contract.
You're willing to sign for 5 years. I think that's a big deal. That's a very big deal.
I'm talking in the days of the conference, the heydays of the conference.
So can you define conference for us? What was the conference? Conference was the alliance system.
No, it was all the lines. I mean, there was a conference, and all the lines who were participating in the conference. You paid, and you had to follow certain rules and regulations.
Right.
Go out. They were sitting there. Then all the conference were disbanded.
Yeah.
Because of OSRA, etc.
Yeah.
So it's big.
So when was the conference disbanded?
I would say in the 90s.
In the 90s. Okay.
The 90s, everything disappeared. ANERA, TWRA, FEFC went before.
Okay. So then you have this thing where you create this 5-year contract, and no other shipping work.
No, nobody
with the
else.
funny one.
No, we did it, and then we got a majority of the volume, and then others followed.
Start to follow, of course. That's the one. You then any other deal that you're most proud of, or that was the one. That's the.
I think
the deal.
The other thing was when OOCL did carry sodium cyanide for DuPont.
So the same customer, DuPont.
And then DuPont gave OOCL an award to OOCL, a global innovative carrier opening new frontiers.
So can you walk us through why was it so hard to? Sorry, I'm
carrying sodium cyanide. Sodium cyanide is
poison. It's a poison.
Is DG.
Yep.
I mean, it gets in touch with water, it just explodes.
Okay.
And we carried it all the way from Kingsport, Tennessee. All right, brought it on the ships to Lianyangong, and then railed it across China with the help of MOR and the Chinese military.
What was that for? What was this chemical product for?
Gold mining.
For gold mining?
In Kazakhstan. Gold mining, you need sodium cyanide.
So from Tennessee to sea, then through the train to Kazakhstan to blow up some mine to get some gold.
Yeah, it's for refining the gold.
Wow, okay.
Sodium cyanide used for
When was that?
It was in the 90s.
90s? Yeah. Well, that's wild. So then nobody was handling this kind of cargo before?
No, nobody can. After that, there were different mines coming around, and then sodium cyanide was produced in China, etc., etc. But sodium cyanide at one time was only produced in the US.
I see.
And then India and now China, everybody's producing sodium cyanide.
But then, okay, so explain how do you guys handle it? So let's say I come to you, I call Adrian, I need to move some explosive, dangerous product.
There is a standard operating procedures how you handle this. So
but what was special? Because you handled such a high quality, high volume, or was the journey was long, or what?
No, we were lucky that we had people who knew how to
handle it,
and how this container is packaged, how sodium cyanide is packaged. You can put sodium cyanide on your hand, nothing happens, but normally you spit on your hand.
So let's talk about something more interesting. So today is May 28th. Mm-hmm. The reason I give the date because things change so much right now with what's happening in the US. So today, I don't know if you catch with the news.
Yeah.
The court of international trade, these 3 judges apparently say tariff is illegal. Trump as the president cannot put tariff, it's up to Congress.
Right.
So now everybody who paid the tariff now has to move back, get reimbursed. So,
but that was the case going to be. I mean, people, some shippers were very smart.
They were saying that already.
Even when tariffs were there, they said, we will keep on shipping.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And we will file a case against the government because it's illegal.
So some of the customers already say, I don't care, it's gonna...
Some customers were already shipping.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's not that they should really shut down everything.
No, I know. That was like the influencer scaring people.
A lot of people, you just had a shortfall for about 2 weeks.
Right.
Or 3 weeks maximum where people just, okay, I don't need the cargo at the moment.
Yeah.
My warehouse is full in the US. Don't ship.
Yeah.
So now after 3 weeks, now at the moment there's a little come down.
Yeah.
But you have to understand the US is a country of consumer.
Yeah.
All right. And with Trump, he's got some good points. Why does a kid need $5 or $50? She can be satisfied with $5, but you know what I mean. Why do you need 10 shoes of Nike? 10 pairs of Nike? Yeah. So the US has to change from consumerism. They got to become a little more practical.
Yeah.
All right. And every country must have some semblance of manufacturing. You can't leave everything to one country.
Yeah. No, my view of Trump is I think he's a very interesting character. I think he asks most of the time the right questions.
But he does
the answer he probably may not be the right answer.
I think Trump is...
he has the right question, I think.
He does ask, his latest acronym is...
Taco.
Taco. Trump always chickens out. Okay, make America great again. He's got his points. The man is... he's not stupid.
No, I don't think so. I think the main thing he's not dumb.
He's got some good ideas, but I think he gets agitated when he does not get a fitting reply.
Yeah.
And he's too impulsive.
Yeah. So let's assume you're not retired, right? Mm-hmm. You're back in the show. I'm sure some people will be very happy you're back in play. What's your advice to the customer? Because I don't think this drama is over. It's not like because suddenly this is no tariff.
You see, these customers have added. It's a game,
right?
Right, and if people were smart, they would not put all the eggs in one basket.
Right. What do you mean that by don't put anything in some single location?
Everything in China.
Yeah.
People would move their supply chain around, whatever it is, slowly, and they've been doing it.
Yeah. But it's not that easy to move supply chain.
Right? Because they gave everything away.
Right.
They didn't want to make anything in America.
Right.
So it was China, and China said no problem.
Yep. We'll take the business.
No, first it was Taiwan, Japan, Korea, then China. Now China now says I don't want to make the low end stuff. I only want to make Vietnam, Cambodia, India, etc., etc. Something will flow back to the U.S. also at the end of the day.
What do you think will go back to the U.S.?
Some apparel. You don't need so many shirts. Some high end will go back. Some high-end footwear already comes from Italy and also to the U.S. It's just the mass-produced things, which are from China.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that's the manufacturing that Trump, the government, U.S. government really wants to bring back to U.S., right?
Some he wants high-tech.
Exactly.
And
like
that
the chips, microchips.
Chips, that is already in the U.S. to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But he wants more of it.
Yeah.
Now, he can get more of it provided he has people.
Yeah, you have to train the people.
Who are going to work long hours.
Yeah.
All right, and you need people to manufacture. And everything cannot be robotics.
Yep.
All right, even sometimes to operate a robotic machine, you need a human being to press the button.
Yeah.
You just can't do it yourself.
No, I think
you can't do it with machine to machine, so it takes some time.
In my experience in US, when I was working there, when I studied there, I think just in general, Americans don't want to this kind of job, right? If you're smart, you want to go finance, you go in tech, you build some website, you build some app, but nobody wants to screw tiny
Americans don't want
they don't want to build these things, right?
They want easy job.
Exactly. And who blame? I agree. You don't want a hard job, right? If you have a choice, you don't want the hard job, right?
They just want an easy job.
Exactly. And what do you want to give up their lifestyle? What do you want to work so hard for little pay? So I think that's, to me, I think that That's really difficult to do. There's actually an interesting question also, because given that you're born in India, right?
Right.
There's a lot of talk about India replacing China, or at least let's say let's move some of the manufacturing to India. And
it will take time for India to. It's not going to be overnight. It's a slow process.
What do you think? What do you think so? What's the difference between India and China that makes it harder for India to let's say to have this thing?
India is a democracy.
Okay.
Right.
You mean democracy can manufacture?
Democracy you can manufacture, but Indians will need one thing to share the wealth.
Yeah.
Right. At the moment in India, it's only the big business.
Right.
Right. It's the Adanis, the Ambanis, the Tatas, the Mujals. So like in China, it's a flow-down effect.
Yes.
Right. Though it's state-owned, but they give it to different entities to manufacture.
Common prosperity.
Common prosperity.
Yeah.
So India is changing, but it takes time
Yeah.
for it to filter down.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen the IT gig in India, that is
Yes.
the outsourcing.
Yeah.
That flew very well.
Yeah.
All right, that is not hard work.
Yeah. You're in an AC room.
AC room, you're air conditioned, you speak English.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And that generated a little bit of wealth for the so-called middle class, for these kids.
Yeah.
And these kids were smart. They stayed with their parents, so they had disposable income.
Yeah.
And with that disposable income, they started buying stuff, branded goods, automobile, high-tech gadgets, etc., etc. So that keeps the economy burning.
Yeah. No, I have back in the days from my school.
They've done well.
A lot of colleagues from India, like from really good school IIT, and they are some of the smartest people I've ever worked with.
The Indians are smart.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them are outside India.
Yeah, actually, so many CEO in US, the company,
US,
all
but
Indians.
They
right?
want to come back now.
Are they?
Some of them are coming back to set up own shops. But
my friends who are Indians who are from the hedge fund world, right? They actually all in Dubai now.
oh yeah,
And the time in Dubai, you fly to Mumbai 3 hours.
Yes, Dubai.
I don't pay tax. I stay in Dubai.
Dubai is the next. I would say the next hub.
Yeah.
For basically for hedge funds, they're moving there because of the tax.
Yeah.
No tax there. Even though the weather is so hot, but everything is air conditioned.
Yeah.
And it's relatively safe.
No, it's very safe. It's very, very safe.
And from a financial perspective, rules, regulations are very clear.
Yes.
You can take out money, you can bring in money.
Yeah.
There's no tax you pay if you're in
There's no uncertainty. Yeah.
So there is no hidden agenda the government has.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want people to come in, spend the money.
Yeah. When I was in Dubai in March, I was really impressed. I felt like that's like China 20 years ago in terms of speed of building new things.
I was in Dubai in December.
Yeah. It's an exciting place right now. If you know.
It's the happening place, Dubai.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Hong Kong is going to come around. Take some time.
I was in the panel with a bunch of people, and it was a bit touchy because I mentioned I think Dubai is really happening, and people were like, well, how about Hong Kong? I'm like, well, okay, Hong Kong depends on China. If China does well, Hong Kong will do well, but
China is coming, Hong Kong is coming around.
Yeah.
It's take some time.
Yeah.
At the moment, there's big geopolitical issues going around on tariff, but with this new ruling, let's see what happens.
So, I think next question for you is, that's I think the one I was looking really forward to ask you, because I think that's going to be really, really interesting. So let's say you won $20 billion at the lottery at Mark 6. Assume there's a Mark 6 at $20 billion USD. And then you can start the APL line, right? Not the American President line, but the Adrian Pinna line. First question, let's go this scenario. How are you going to compete with Maersk and MSC? The top two line right now, Maersk and MSC. How are you going to compete with them?
I'm not going to be stupid for 20 billion or billion in shipping.
Not putting money in shipping.
I remember one of the senior leaders at OOCL, to make $1 million in shipping, you need $1 billion. All right, so
it's a bad industry.
It's a tough industry. I wouldn't say it's a bad industry. It does so much for world trade, but it's never recognized. Only when there's a calamity or there's a crisis, then only shipping is.
Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, it's a one-way street. You just keep on getting screwed.
Sounds like it's a horrible industry. Nobody should be in this industry, sounds like.
It's not an easy industry.
Okay. But okay, let's say I made you.
So shipping only makes money when there's disruption, or there's a calamity, or there's a problem. Otherwise,
Do you think the last 5 years is a significant change? It looks like
it
now
is a
you can
big-
make money.
You see, also, when you build a ship,
Yeah.
you cannot forecast whether the GDP is going to go up or going to go down,
Yeah.
right? And if it goes down,
You're stuck.
you're stuck, all right? If it goes up, you're okay.
Yeah.
But just say it goes up and you did not build.
You look like a fool.
Then the government's come and ask you, Mr. Bertrand Chan, you're a businessman, you're a shipping magnate, how come you didn't build any ship?
Yeah. You're always wrong.
Crazy.
Okay. So let's say I force you, and you have to do it. What's your strategy? What unique routes or service you provide you think that will stand out today?
I mean, you still have to trade in the biggest markets, okay?
Yep.
The Trans-Pacific, the Atlantic, Asia, Europe. But what is the difference is you give a share to all the people who are working, all right? You make the people who are working your investor. Right.
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
I mean, the working level people, you give them shares in the company.
Oh, okay.
Along with the money you pay them.
Okay.
So that they have a feeling that they are also the owner.
Okay.
You give them a share at a discounted price.
So basically, it's like owned by the company.
Yeah, so it's a
Owned by the employee. Owned by the employee.
So at least they will work a little better.
But then, if the stock price goes down, everybody's sad. Everybody's at the same
So
time.
at least they will not try to lose money.
Okay,
So,
got it.
right.
So that's your strategy. That's the
That
difference
would be
with
the
your strategy. Okay,
Give
that's interesting. I've never heard of that. Okay,
give the employee some stock
stock up.
option.
So ESOP and things like that. Basically,
Yeah.
it's like a tech startup. It's like a startup for them.
You give them a discounted price.
Okay.
This is what even Costco did a few years ago. They gave several executives at a certain level
I see.
a so-called stock option,
Yeah.
all right, at a lower price. And then for 3 years they had to keep it and then they could sell it.
Yeah. They'll lock up 3 years. Yeah.
After 3 years, a lock-up period of 3 years.
Yeah. It's basically tech. It's same as a tech
So
startup.
that's a good
Incentive mechanism.
good incentive.
Okay. So that actually goes back to very good point. So any shipping line, if you want to be successful, it's about the team, right? It's a people business, as you said, right?
People are very important.
Okay.
But I would say that the owners, that is the Tung family, were
Yep.
very astute business people. They knew that for them to run the business, they need people,
Right.
and they treated their people very well.
Yeah.
So I don't believe, or I didn't see any of our executives leave. Like in other companies, people come and go.
Right.
But with the Tungs, with the OOCL, people just stayed on till they retired.
Do you think that's a secret for some of the shipping lines to grow? Because I think MSC.
It is a people's business.
Right.
So I recollect in the handover, there was they said people.
Yeah.
When C.H. Tung was walking into the grand hall, for dinner, people. It's a people's business.
Right.
And the logo of OOCL is taken personally today.
Right.
And in the old days, it was dedicated to quality service, but it's people.
Right.
So without people, you cannot run a business.
Right.
And not only you have to train the people, and OOCL spent money on training people.
Right.
I mean, certain executives they sent to Harvard.
Okay.
Certain executives they sent to the Kellogg Institute.
Yeah.
So
I think most of the exec went to US, right?
yeah, they studied in Harvard, like Jim and Philip.
Andy Tong,
He basically comes
UPenn,
from,
right? He was UPenn, right?
From Ivy League school.
Yeah,
But he went on his own. That's not OOCL.
Yeah. Sure.
But this is a course for senior executives.
Oh, I see. It's for continuing education for the.
Continuing education, like a 6-month or 3-month course to understand. It's again networking.
Right.
When you go to do this course in Harvard, it's a big course, or you go to Kellogg's or Michigan, it's networking.
So you just go there to meet potential customer and
Potential customers. I mean, there are classes. They have to go for classes.
Sure.
But then again, every weekend there's a networking now. So
yeah. So you have to build a dream team. So you create your shipping line, you have to build a team. So I'm gonna go through a list of rules, and you're gonna give me names. So the rules is cannot be someone from OOCL who has retired. And you know everyone, so we're gonna force that. So first, I'm gonna give you an easy one: head of PR communication.
It's very difficult to name a person. You want me to name a person, one of the best?
Head of PR communication. Doesn't have to work for shipping line. Who would you put in this role? Head of PR communication.
I mean, it's difficult to give a name.
Give me 2 names, 3 names though.
But yeah, I don't know who to give a name. But you know, you see so many good PR people, right? And you know, you
can name a journalist. You can name a journalist if you want.
I mean, there's so many good people. So many. It's difficult. To
Okay,
give a name.
fine. I'm gonna go to any role. Okay, next one, legal.
There's so many. I mean, it's very difficult to give a person's name, right? But then it's very difficult to give a person's name. So I rather avoid giving names.
It's too bad because I have a bunch of lists. It's increasingly difficult. Legal one's easier.
No, difficult to give you a name.
Operation?
Very difficult to give you a name. HR, no.
Commercial?
No, commercial names. Very difficult to give a name.
We go increasingly difficult. CFO? No name. CEO? No name. Okay.
I mean, it's difficult, you know, it's the question of timing.
Okay.
I mean, and it's all very hypothetical. So, you know, when you open a line, is this guy available? Is this person available? Then, you know, who's going to put in that money? I'm not going to open a shipping line. I'm in my 70s, man. I'm dead.
I'm just saying, you know everyone.
No.
Who would you go for? So, yeah, okay, fine. No problem. Then let's flip the question the other way around. So let's say you assemble this dream team, right? And they're available. The team is built. Which customer do you go after? Who are the customer you think that's the key customer you need to get to start a shipping line right now?
The same customers who are shipping with everybody.
Which sector? Which area?
You take the Walmarts, the forwarders, the apparel people, H&M, all same customers will come to you. The same customer ships with everybody.
You're super diplomatic, Adrian. I thought you were going to give us more names, you can take some position, but you're very diplomatic.
It's difficult it's difficult to give a name of a person. It's all hypothetical, you know, I wouldn't put my name there.
Actually, no, there's one name I think you potentially give me. So in the dream team, you have to deal with the terminal. Is there one person that you have in mind that would be good at dealing with the terminals? They're technically vendors to you, so you can be more sanguine.
There are a lot of people who are good at dealing with terminal operators.
Yeah.
So there's several. Every person who's working currently in the industry negotiates pretty well with the terminal operators.
Okay.
So I would say the people who are working in the current position are pretty good.
Okay, Adrian, I understand you're not going to answer this question. No problem. How about I change the question this way? What is the quality? What are the 3 qualities that a good CEO of a shipping line today needs to have in order to navigate the company in these rough waters? What is the best you need to have?
I think the qualities of a CEO is one, he should be very open. His door should be open. He should be willing to hear people at all levels. He should be visible. He should walk the floors. He should not just come in and sit in his cubicle. You know, walk the floors, make himself known to people, known to customers, help the sales force, go on calls with the salesman.
Go dinner with the customers.
They do that. I mean, that was what the old guard at OOCL did, the old CEOs did. That's a good quality of a CEO. One is to be humble also.
Yes. This market will humble you if you...
you have to be humble.
Yeah.
Right, though you're CEO. And that's why you see today is a lot of CEOs talking to customers, talking on the video, having customer calls on the internet. More communications. Yeah. Traveling.
Yeah. You can never communicate too much.
It's always good to communicate. Whenever there's a new employee, within the first week or on the first day, make sure that you see him.
Every single employee, that's a tall order.
It's a tall order, but you know, that greeting, the 2-minute welcome to the company, that changes the employee's attitude. first day, I see the CEO.
Yeah.
All right. And the CEO should be visible always to his people.
Yeah. That's very true. I agree 100% by the way. It's not just for shipping line, for any other business.
If he's visible,
Yeah.
but for your employee, if you can greet a new employee, all right, on his first day or within the first week, it makes a big difference.
So almost what I hear from you is it's like from a CEO is not your privilege to be CEO, is actually you're here to help people.
You're here to help.
To help people to do the thing.
I mean, you're not just sitting down in the
and give them instruction.
No,
go fix this problem.
You go.
Yeah.
You hear.
Yeah.
Then you know the truth.
Yeah. Then they will tell you the truth.
Yeah. If you are with your sales and seeing the customer,
yeah,
the customer will tell the truth, or the customer will bullshit. Then you cannot blame anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And make people feel that they belong to the company.
Yeah.
That is the value of a good CEO.
I feel what you're describing is almost all the shipping line actually at the end of the day it's like a family, right? And everybody needs to feel like you're in this together. It's part of family.
Part of the
together.
Team. And that was, I would say, the success of OOCL.
Yeah. And to go back, that's one thing I was trying to say. I think it's not by chance that most of the larger shipping lines that we see today, right, are fundamentally set up kind of like families.
Family owned.
Yeah, it's family-owned business.
Family.
If it's not family, you don't have the culture. It's very hard to scale to that size, right? Yeah. So through all those years at OOCL, who do you think has the most influence in like how you're thinking about how to run the business, or like has the biggest influence on you within the OOCL team? All the people you interacted with.
I think Andy understood that it's important to have relationships with customers, so also Philip. I think the senior management all understood.
Right. And they give you the leeway.
I mean, they gave me the leeway because they didn't want to use their liver. They saved their liver.
Right.
They saved their liver. So Pamela, she ran the Trans-Pacific. And, we had a lot of new customers in the Trans-Pacific who would come to Hong Kong. And, when you come to Hong Kong, you want to drink. So there was a guy called James Chow who was a deputy. And we nicknamed him Pamela's liver. So every time Pamela would come and see the customer, she would always grace the occasion, have one cocktail, and then she said, "I'm leaving you with my liver."
And you just go and drink.
And James would be the liver drink, and not drink to get drunk.
No, I understand, but entertain the customer.
Yeah, so I would say the management, all right, that is all the. When I mean management, the gentlemen who are looking after the trades like Peter Lang, very customer driven.
Yeah.
Shen Miao, very customer. They spend time with their customers.
Yeah.
CL Ting.
And when you say spend time, it means more understand the business.
Oh yeah, understand. They would never shy away. Like customer come, they would go for dinner.
Yeah.
Lunch. They would spend time, but after some time they look, Adrian, take care of them, okay? And then they would disappear. But they would come out for dinner. They would. They would never say no. You tell them there's a customer. Oh yeah, I joined dinner.
So that's what I mean, customer driven. It's like you
have to. The old guard were very customer centric.
Yeah.
But towards the end of when all of them had left and the new people came in, and sometimes you had to beg some of the people to come out. It was a joke, but anyway, I knew the customers just too well, so it's okay. I would say you don't need that monkey.
That's your famous phrase. Everybody's a monkey.
Goddamn monkey is there. So you don't need that monkey. We take care of you.
Okay. That's very interesting. So I think that's also another part of the shipping industry that's fascinating to me. Because to me, I think that what's super interesting with shipping is you really have to understand the different business for all different customers. They come from so many different sectors. And you talk to them, to me that's actually I find that really interesting.
It's what you hear from the customer, you better write it down and remember and come back and tell the management. And write it down and send it to them, not speak to them.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
That is, so nobody in management can say that, hey, Adrian Pinna, you didn't tell me this.
Yeah.
So whatever you hear from the customer, tell it
Yeah.
to the management.
Yeah.
Now, whether the management agrees,
That's a different story.
that's a different story, you know. But you need to keep the wheels of communication rolling.
Yeah.
And I think that was a strength of OOCL. We communicated at all levels.
Yeah.
You know, and when a customer came to our office after the meeting, I would walk the customer on the floor, take him around, show him the office. That shows the customer that these people are very open.
Yeah. They're not hiding stuff away.
We're not hiding stuff. This is the Trans-Pacific team, and I would ask questions to the people working in the Trans-Pacific. This is our customer. Can you tell me something about him?
What if they don't have anything to say?
If they didn't know, they would say, "Oh, listen, we are traffic." Well, okay, but you've heard the name, yes. And then I would tell them, "Can you give a spin? Spin a little about what you do in the company." So traffic, like how many containers that you all move, etc., how many loops you all have. So customers were, I would say, pretty impressed.
Okay. So I think we're going towards the end. I'm gonna give you the last question, which I think should be actually easier to answer, because I'm still asking for a name though. But this one should be easier to ask. So you had this experience. We hopefully had a pleasant conversation for I don't know how long it was. Who do you think we should invite next on this podcast, the Schelling Point, and why should we invite that person?
I think what is coming around is on these freight futures.
Okay.
Now nobody wants to play this game.
Yeah.
So there's a guy who's doing this, Johnson Young.
Okay.
On freight futures, it's going to take time for the people to understand what are freight futures.
And freight futures, just to remind us, that's the thing we're talking about, the NICE,
I mean, it's
this kind of index for contracts.
For contracts, or you play with the market. It's gambling. So put Johnson Leung, give him some work to do.
Okay, sure. That's actually completely my wheelhouse, because as you know, I was a trader before, so that's completely my wheelhouse.
That's interesting. I think the other thing is through this podcast here to try to get the message to people is that the business module is changing more on the so-called electronic bill of lading, etc., etc. So people have to understand what is this EBL.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm promoting that already a lot.
So
That's enough for this.
So you come around.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it.
Okay. So one last thing, where can we find you online? I know on LinkedIn, but is there any other place
I'm
online?
only using LinkedIn, and you can always find me in Divino Patio.
Divino Patio, which is in one side, outside of OOCL office.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right.
Thanks a lot for your time today.
Good talking to you guys, Bertrand.
Thanks.
Thank you.